Well, hey guys, I'm just going to comment on this as we're going along here, and this is where the land is out here in Perrin, Texas. And as you pull into the driveway in here, coming into the land, it's got a little short run that runs down to the property. It's a real nice drive coming in. Scenery's really pretty. Coming up is an entryway right here where eventually they'll have a electric gate that opens and closes by a key, and we just, as a neighborhood, we have to just pay for it, and I think eventually we'll get that done. Everybody would just have to agree to pay their share. Now apparently the only utility that comes into this 300 acres that was subdivided off into 24 acre plots many years ago, that electricity is brought in there, and it's going to be simple to have electricity brought onto the property, but I'll have to have a well dug and then eventually have some kind of septic system put in there. Now, looking at typographical maps of this area, the property that I have, the northernmost corner of it is the highest area on this property, so it's going to have some really nice views once I get the trees cleared out of it. So coming up here on the right hand side is my friend Mark's place. He bought it a couple of years ago. Super nice guy. And on the left there you'll see the gate to the property that I'm thinking about buying. Well, hey guys, I'm out here at some land that I'm thinking about buying. It's about an hour outside of Fort Worth, and it's 24 acres. I'm going to meet the realtor out here to take a look at it. It's right here behind me. There's the fence to it. So we're going to see if it speaks to me when I go out there and take a look at it, ride the four-wheeler around. I'll take y'all along with me real quick too. Now as I go through the gate here, I'm going to head down to the west along the next door neighbor's fence line just for a little ways, and then I'm going to turn to the right. And this is the path that I kind of went on that first little run. You can see as I go down along the fence line and I turn right and I go across to the north and come up to the fence line there that's next to the other property next to me, and that's 70 acres with horses on it. Real beautiful property. And then here in a little bit I'm going to turn around to the left and come back the same way I went and go a little further west. Yeah, so here comes Mark. We sat there and chatted for about 15 minutes and talked about the land. And he said he thought I was crazy if I didn't buy it. He said I would be super happy, never regret it. So at this point I took off back up to the north, kind of where I was going before. And look here off to the right side as I come up here, you can see some of the washes that the rains have washed away. It's kind of sandy soil right in this area right here. And I'm guessing you guys might know I could probably put a disc across that to kind of smooth some of this stuff out. So we'll probably try that. And then take a look at this area through these oak trees. And these are mature oak trees everywhere that need to be trimmed up, but it's really nice underneath it. I can just imagine being underneath these trees in the shade. What a beautiful piece of land. And here's another big area of washes that I'm not sure if what I would use to kind of straighten that out. Either a disc or maybe I would use a box blade possibly. So right here on this map, I'm at the furthest northeast part really of this land where I'm making that little U-turn. As I come around, I'm thinking I'm going to follow that fence line all the way down to the west along that real nice property there. And as I get in there, you see there's no way for me to get around back in there. It's too heavy. And so I make a sharp left and I come back out and head back to the south of the property. And right now I am heading back to kind of to where I started from when me and Mark were talking. And I'm going to go along that south fence line to try to get somewhere near the middle of the property. So this was once a road that ran along that fence line on the neighbor's side there on the south. And it's probably been many years since anybody's been on it. So you can see it's all heavily overgrown. And I don't even know how I'm going to make it through here. There were so many cobwebs and spider webs and whatnot. Now, after making it through that mess, I went to the right up here, which is approximately the middle of the property, and started heading to the north. Because there's an area right here in this area where I put a little star on this map that I think would be a great area to put the barn, a barnuminium. So I'm going up there to kind of look at the area. But then again, it's still super overgrown. Now I'm approaching the fence on the north side, and this is about midway in the property, about halfway to the west. And I come up here, and I kind of come up to the fence line, and I'm going to go down to the west along that fence line to see how far I can get. And just notice how pretty the neighbor's acreage is over there. That would be a great view just all the time. Roaming horses and whatnot. So as I get down to the west there, I realize there's no way to get through this big mound of oak trees. And so I go ahead and head to the left there and head back over to the south part of the property along that fence line. As I approach this fence, I'll show you a picture here. That yellow arrow shows you where I'm at right now on the property. I'm fixing to head to the west on that south fence line so I can get to the lower part of the property. So as I make this right down here on the furthest west part of the property, you'll see in this picture I show here a little star. And that, as we come up on here, you can see that's a huge berm that the previous owner had built so that he could shoot his guns and practice shooting into the side of this berm. Now I'm approaching the furthest west, heading to the north of the property, and it's really where I can see the water really collects down in this bottom part, or the water rushes through there when it's heavy rains. And this is kind of the area, not the area really I want to put the pond, but there would be a dam somewhere at this position to hold water in for a dam, I'm thinking. Let me know what you think about that. Also back here, there's another gate that's shared by this property and the 70 acres to the north. Yeah, I just thought I was going to mosey up along this fence line up here, and as I got up here, you can see there's just not going to be any way to get through this growth. It'll all have to be cleared out. I would like to be able to have that whole fence line open all the way from the far east all the way down here to this farthest west end. So we'll work on that. So I just turn around and head back. So in this picture you can see where the P is and where that star is. The P is where I'd like for the pond to be. The star is where I would like for the building to be of some kind. And let me know what you think. Yeah, here I'm heading back up to the east side along that south fence line. You can see it's just almost impossible to navigate through that. It's so overgrown. And you know what? I didn't see hardly any wildlife out there. They all were all hiding. And I did run across some spider webs, but that was about it. So we're almost done here on this little excursion. I wanted to go to the furthest northeast part of this property up here, up by the road on the northeast side, and just take a look. And then I left down to the south from there and headed out the fence. So. In this map right here, you can see how I came back from the west end of the property. And I came up to this upper north east end of the property where I've got it circled in yellow, and then headed on out there. So I really enjoyed it. Enjoyed running around in there, and we'll see what happens. We'll see if I buy it. because in that video there, like I said, I made an offer to the folks that own this land, and after some negotiation, that's been about a month and a half ago maybe, and they after some negotiation we came to an agreement on a price, and it took a long time for the county to come across with all the paperwork the title company needed. I had some help from my brother and his sweet girlfriend to help me negotiate through some of this stuff. And right now I'm on my way to hand over a big old wad of cash. I will soon be a new owner of 24 acres of land in Jack County, and I can't wait. So we'll talk to y'all soon. Well, I officially own the land. Man, I'm pumped. I'm so excited about this. Just signed a bunch of papers, handed over a big wad of cash. Now I own 24 acres in Jack County. I tell you, that's going to take a lot of work on that land. You saw in the video there that everything is overgrown. We're still in August right now, middle of August, and I don't think I have any intentions on really going out there and doing much of anything until after it cools off a little bit. Maybe even after it freezes and all those trees lose their leaves. I don't know, what do you guys think? I'll probably wait till October or something maybe. I don't know. I may get all crazy and go do it earlier. But I think the first thing I want to try to do is I'll get my brush hog out there and we'll brush hog everything down. I bought me a little gas powered chainsaw, pole saw, and I bought it non-running. So I'm going to have to do some work on that. I'll show you guys that as well. And I think after I get it all cleared out, get it all looking like a park, trees trimmed, at that point I can look around and see if there's an area that I think will have a really good view, a good place to put the barn, and eventually probably a house. And I'm thinking about putting probably I'm thinking about a 40 by 40 barn, really. 40 by 30 or 40 by 40. I want a lot of space. And after I do that, I think the next thing that I'll probably want to do is bring electricity out there. And then after that, probably water. I'm not sure. What do you guys think? What order would I do that in? You know, I don't have to have water for the next couple of years since I'm not going to be out there living. I can bring water with me. And I also want to build a pond out there too. I'm going to look at the lay of the land after I clear it to see where I think the water is flowing. And hopefully we get an idea about that. So I'm pumped, guys. Super pumped. And I'm going to be making some videos of all this. I know there's a lot of videos currently of people improving land, but we're going to do this from the very start, from the very beginning. And, you know, I want to document it for myself as well. Because, you know, later on I like looking at this stuff, like going back and looking at it, and I think as I'm learning stuff and doing things, I think other people like to live vicariously through that, kind of like I do on some channels that I watch, like Outdoors with the Morgans and Stony Ridge Farm. A lot of good channels out there. So anyway, get ready for some videos on this land. We'll talk to you real soon. Thanks for watching Steve's Restorations, and we'll see you next time.